It takes a few minutes. All right, all right. It is Monday. How's everybody doing? This is JL, the anti-guru, and I've got a special guest here for you today. His name is Jared Arms. He is a pioneer in Bitcoin and blockchain technology. He was born, let me turn this music down a little bit because it got a little bit too loud. I love this song. And Jared is a pioneer, guys. He's going to talk to us about blockchain technology. He was born in St. Louis, and at 23, he founded the internet startup Collar.io. It's a technology platform for communities and businesses. He's also the owner, I can't talk today, the owner of Dotcomdomains, a blockchain SLD marketing platform. So his mission is to push blockchain technology into the crypto world. So we're going to turn this music down, and I'm going to turn it over to my man, Jared. Jared, appreciate you coming on with me tonight. Like I said, you're going to talk to us about blockchain and about crypto. And but before we get started, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get started in this technology?
Thank you for having me on, Brother JL. So getting started with blockchain technology, I got introduced to blockchain in 2015 when I was out in New York for this Android development fellowship contract I had. And one of my business partners at the time had she had sent the transaction for a business, like a lunch meeting that we have for business, and she had paid for the lunch in Bitcoin. And that was the first time I seen someone in person use Bitcoin. And then so that was my introduction to like Bitcoin and blockchain 2015-ish. Then I would say around like 2017, when I decided to like launch my blockchain consulting services and take like a further step into it. And then ever since then, we just kind of been expanding.
Okay, cool. So you started what you said, and when we were talking previously, you started right about the same time I got introduced to it, but I didn't take the plunge. That was like 2014, 2015. So let's fast forward. So what is Dotcomdomains? Tell us a little bit about this marketing platform.
Gotcha. So the .domains, our new platform that we have at Collar.io, for the listeners who've been following my brand for some years, Collar.io is our parent company. It's at our core services, we offer mobile app development and IT consultations. So a platform that we created on Collar.io is called .domains. And for the domain investors or just people invested into these new NFTs, .c is the new .com for blockchain. So a .c is a TLD, a top level domain. So if everyone, I'm sure we all use .com by now, but
right.
Some other popular ones like .org, .edu, .biz, .net, all of these are TLDs, and those are compatible with the internet. So when we're talking about the blockchain, which is the next technology that's kind of more advanced, or like one of the most advanced technologies to come out since the internet, you can't use .com or traditional TLDs on the blockchain system as of now, maybe in the future. So now you can use TLDs such as .crypto, .nft, and .c. And a platform called Handshake is a platform that you can go to create or purchase a decentralized TLD. So for an example, if we want to get .jl or .jared or something like that, we can use names. I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. Handshake and so those are like the top two. And on Handshake right now, .c is the #1 TLD being registered in regards to SLD, sub-level domain registrations. So we have a nice list of premium .c domains right now, from restaurants.c to water.c, apartments.c, life insurance.c, just a lot of nice premium .c domains. And what we're doing is basically just marketing these .c's to let people know about these new .c domains, how people can now turn their identity or their brand into a NFT domain. So all of these .c domains are NFTs. So a lot of people are investing into NFT art. music, and I just want people to learn more about these domains. For every business owner or app owner, of course, you have to have a .com or any not just a .com, but basically like a domain for your business. So when
Right.
people want to access you on the internet, of course, they can use a .io or .com or .live, whatever. And when they want to connect with your brand or you as an individual on blockchain, it's 1,000 ways that they can do it, but a real easy way is for them to connect with you using a blockchain domain. And that's what we offer at .c domain. So we have an expo coming up on October the 8th called what is it? The .c domains NFT Expo for people who want to just learn more about it. It'll be a virtual event too.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So, how do people get what do they do? They need to contact you directly or PM you or you know how if they want to get involved in that, how would they go about that? Just contact you directly on Facebook or something along those lines?
Yeah, they can just contact me directly. Jared Arms is my username for all the social media, Facebook included. Or if they want to connect with us via our business page, they can just go to .cdomains.com, which will redirect them to our Twitter page. And from there, they can just send us a DM and we'll connect with them in regards to how to purchase a .c domain. We're helping people with customer support just around technical issues, like some domains are being mismanaged for some of these registries and things like that. So just helping people out with security in regards to trademark. A lot of trademark owners may go to look for a .c domain and it may be unavailable. So we have a platform, trademark.c, for trademark owners to go to basically claim a trademarkable domain with a trademark verification process that we have in place. So yeah, they can just connect with us on .cdomains.com, and for any reason, long as we can help them out, we'll love connecting with them. I'm always excited to talk about these blockchain domains.
So what are the benefits of going with a company like yours as opposed to somebody else?
Gotcha. So right now there are only 3 companies that you can pick to register a .c domain. And after those 3, if it's unavailable, you have these secondary markets that you can go, and maybe if you know how to search on the platforms like Mintable or Rarible or OpenSea that sell these NFTs as a secondary option, uh, you can use those right now. But the reason why people would come to us is because we have thousands overall of blockchain domains, but in regards to these premium .c domains, we have a huge list of premium ones that you really can't access on other platforms aside from coming from .cdomains.com. And then for trademark owners, if they're looking for a domain that's not available, and if they can't find it on the secondary NFT market like OpenSea or Rarible or Mintable, that allows people to sell NFT domains, artwork, and things like that, 9 times out of 10, we may be able to help them get access to their domain just based off of the wallets that we connected with. So I think for like trademark security and stuff like that, it would be a great thing. But when people are looking for a specific name that may not be available on other platforms, then I think our platform may be able to help them find that domain. And lastly, I would say I've experienced 2 domains. Uh, Basically, I paid a company to register my domains. They never registered the domains. In a month after I paid, someone else registered my domains. Basically, I feel like these tech companies stealing some of our intellect. So not to go too deep off into it, but basically I had 2 false active status accounts as if the domains were in my account as if they were active. And once I learned that they weren't, they basically just gave me a refund back without my consent, took the domains out of my account. And it wasn't really like they took the domains out of my blockchain wallet, because that part it was more so me not actually, with them never registering the domains in the first place. So there are no Black owned tech companies that's .c registries. So I'm trying to connect with Clay Collins right now, which is the owner of .c, to see if we can form some type of relationship, because I feel like that's just something, they just taking advantage of the privilege that they have. I'm not going to get too deep off into it, but
right.
Basically, once we it's more than just basically finding a domain that's available, having money and buying it, because basically some of these tech companies are not registering the domain, they're refunding you back, and that really just defeats the purpose. So for any companies who may want to work with us and not trust them, I think that's a new problem that we're trying to solve. to close on that note, it's a company, like I said earlier, called Handshake. And on Twitter, Handshake has a page called Handshake SLDs, that stands for sub-level domains. And Handshake has been the company that's been very transparent and open with us to let us know about these other companies that's really not registering our two domains I'm talking about. So basically, I was waiting like 8 days for a company to respond to us to give us some type of result on our two domains. They never responded. When we reached out to Handshake, they responded within 10 minutes of our reply. So, for companies who know about Handshake, just know that we are developing some type of public relation with them, just in case you may have this problem too. We can connect with you all can do it as well, but just as the marketing platform, I know they responded to us quite fast, which I respect, because they are an anonymous company and we don't really know who owns Handshake. So for anyone to respond from a Twitter page, I respect that.
Right. Now,
like 10 minutes on each answer, it's just a lot of information.
Right. No problem, brother. I mean, we're trying to get educated here. I believe in networking, and that's why we connected. And this new technology. Well, the internet is changing all the time, and with the advent of COVID and everything, there's so many people who have jumped online, trying to learn how to ways to earn money and how to make themselves essential, so to speak, because we found that lots of people who had what they call quote unquote real jobs didn't really have a job after all. So I just wanted to touch on one more thing. Now, we talked a little bit about crypto. Are you well versed in that? Or, what could you give my viewers some advice if they were thinking about getting into crypto and into Bitcoin? What ways would they go in association with your company?
Gotcha. And I have for people who want to learn more about, like, get an introduction to crypto and blockchain, we do have a real affordable class on our homepage, because I can get to talking about this for hours. But in short, just to respect your time, I would say the question that really sparked my interest was, if we wanted to send someone a payment digitally worldwide without going through any third party, specifically any federal bank applications, how would we do so? We could talk about sending an MP3 file, so we can send someone a file for audio. We can send a document. It could be not a JPEG, a PDF to an actual doc, to a spreadsheet, whatever format. We can do video, so a WAV to an MP4 file, whatever. Just talking technical. Regardless, if we was to take a picture or a video or make a song about, hey, JL, I had $20 that that $20 that I owed you, I had it. I couldn't send it to you in an audio, a WAV file, or a doc file. I would have to send it through some type of federal bank regulation, bank technology. And at the end of the day, it's just a third party. So blockchain was a solution for that at the core. Back in early 2008, when it was released privately, it was now we can send each other payments worldwide or locally, global or locally, digitally, without going through any third party. So that, for me, that was pretty exciting, because from a security standpoint, if you're giving your kids, say you got some young teenagers, 16, 17, to go get some McDonald's, I never believed that some group of strangers, especially a corporation, should see that activity for just getting a burger or some fries. Maybe when it talks about buying firearms or explosives or something like that.
Right.
But day-to-day activity. So when it comes to security, that's big. When you're talking about cartels and things like that, you got these rich families who aren't in crime, but they may be living under the conditions of these governments that's tied to these cartels. And a lot of families, they got $1 million, $100,000 in a bank account. Let's kidnap these kids from these schools for ransom. So not just from buying food, but it's a lot of things with security, with people having access to your funds. Again, for people doing right, I ain't got nothing wrong with them being able, with them wanting to have more privacy.
Right.
So a big kind of issue and things like that, just being able to transact without a third party being involved. And that was the one of the core purposes for Bitcoin. Taking it from 2008 up into 2021, we have blockchain is the underlying technology that serves products like cryptocurrency. but blockchain can decentralize more industries aside from just the financial sector. So right now, if people want to invest into Bitcoin, since it's $30,000 a coin right now, you can invest small, $1, $5, $10, $20, using apps like Cash App, and let that grow small over time. If you want to invest into the next cryptocurrency, which is like a risk because really no one can really predict the future, but you can visit a website called coinmarketcap.com. And at the top, you can click on where it says cryptocurrencies, and they have a list of cryptocurrencies in numeric value. So basically from the highest coin to the lowest coin, you have thousands of cryptocurrencies out there that's less than a penny right now for you to invest into. And that's one thing that I would consider people to do, just to like look at the up and coming Bitcoins, because there's so many of them out there now. That's when we're talking about finance and transactions. When you're looking at identity, you got NFTs, which is a different thing than cryptocurrency. So, with cryptocurrency, those are basically assets that are divisible. With NFTs, these are assets that are indivisible. So brother JL can purchase 1,000 Bitcoins, Jared can purchase 1,000 Bitcoins, John Doe can get 1,000 Bitcoins. But when we're talking about domains, only one person between us three can purchase Bitcoin.c or BTC.c. Regardless of $1 million or $20 billion, once you purchase it, that's your NFT. Now in your blockchain wallet, at first you just had your cryptocurrencies, your Bitcoin, your Litecoin, your Dogecoin, basically your fiat, your currency. Now you have your money in your wallet, you have your identity in your wallet. So basically people can invest in identities as well as cryptocurrencies. And I think investing into NFTs may be more like a promising investment than just cryptocurrencies, because with cryptocurrencies, you still have to, when you're investing into something, you have to trust that these brokers are using your money for the companies that grow. And it's always a risk. Sometimes I've had people in my cryptocurrencies, and reasons why, say the ROI may not have worked sometimes. Of course, you can say we not teaching classes. I don't know what I'm talking about, like the core things, but sometimes we may have the colleges that may not allow us to come on campus no more with the COVID stuff going out. And with me having like a more of an on-site type of program versus like a virtual program, I got to build my online following up much harder, because I got my wave going so hard in St. Louis, but online, it's just a different ball game. So sometimes sometimes it may be weather that may cause an event to, it just be different things and stuff like that. But with us, we don't have to cancel an event. We can just postpone something. Sometimes in town only for these weekends and not in town for the next one when we don't have virtual classes ready. But it's always good, and sometimes it just don't work. But when it comes to like domains and stuff like that, and not saying our program we don't need cryptocurrency to teach kids. It's just when we tie in the whole cryptocurrency aspect of it.
Right.
When we talk about NFTs and stuff like that, I know this year we've been able to sell NFTs in ways we've never been able to make money with just doing like regular stuff like classes. You know how people be like, some people, brother JL, we don't care how much Jared trying to teach all these kids of any race. We just want to get our NFT that got our name on it.
Right.
So some people just want the stuff that relates to their brand. And I think that's why the NFTs hit and stuff like that too. So the cryptocurrency cool for people with money, but where it's important in the near future is that every cryptocurrency, you have an alphanumeric address that's 42 characters per cryptocurrency. So for Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, you have a custom address that's 42 characters, just letters and numbers. So as a business, if we have 100 customers that have 100 different cryptocurrencies, for us, we're not going to complain. We're going to make sure we do what we got to do to get those 100 wallet addresses out there. But with blockchain domains, I can create one human readable address and tie 99 addresses to one name. So now I can just have people pay me in jaredarms.crypto or jaredarms.c. I never have to send a Bitcoin address or a Dogecoin address or a Litecoin address. Even though I'm talking about for a business, 100 customers having 100 different cryptocurrencies, even from an investor standpoint, if I've invested into 10 different cryptocurrencies, I want to be paid using my one domain. I shouldn't have to have these 10 addresses. So from investors or business owners still having a single human readable name that's multi-wallet supported. That just save a lot of time and stuff like that. And these blockchain domains are a one-time payment. So I know for the last 8 years since my company been out, and I'm on time too, so I'm respecting the time. But for the last 8 years that we've been out, each year I've been having loyal customers pay my business annually to renew their domain or monthly to keep their hosting up. Uh, but now you can pay a one-time fee for domains like .crypto. You can use a new technology called IPFS, which is a decentralized hosting protocol to host your app or your website, and you don't have to pay companies like mine, WordPress, Wix, Square, any of these third parties. So the blockchain is decentralizing. It started with decentralizing the financial institution, then it attacked the domain name industry. Now it's going after the hosting industry, which is companies like Netflix, Facebook, just anybody that hosts your content. And it's exciting for me. I love this stuff. So it's like, so it'd be one thing with like domains and stuff, but to learn how every industry is getting decentralized, I know that if I don't get on board, my company won't be in existence in the next 5 to 10 years. So
Right, right. Well, brother Jared, I appreciate you coming on, man. You have given out a lot of information. Guys, if you want to connect with Jared, he said all of his social media has his name, Jared Arms. Check him out. He can advise you on Bitcoin. Definitely check out this blockchain technology. It is the future. He's already, now, like I told you before, this guy is a maverick. He is a pioneer. You need to get in touch with him. But excuse me. You know, like I said, Jared, one more time, just tell people how they can connect with you if they want to get in touch with you about learning about Bitcoin, or if they want to get involved with your blockchain and get these addresses and get one centralized location for all of their stuff. Just give them that right quick.
Yeah, so you can visit us on our website, .cdomains.com, DOTC domains.com. Our email is .cdomains@gmail. And if you want to contact us via phone, our business number is 314-301-9952.
All right. Appreciate you, brother. We're going to end it, guys, the same way we start. Remember my 3 R's: respect yourself, respect others, and always take full responsibility for your actions.